She's the only woman who ever fed him. He loves her. And you have to sit through human vows. I love you, and then someone's mom can't find her glasses and has to read a dumb poem by Shel Silverstein. None of that. Maya Angelou did not write those words for you two drips to have at your wedding. She would unwrite everything if she knew what the fuck was going on with her poetry. But the cat people weddings are great. Because there's no vows, because Mr. Mittens doesn't speak English. He doesn't speak. He just stands there being a cat, and you're like, that's so cute. And then Cindy's there, and then they throw catnip at everyone as the party favor, and everyone gets high. And you go, I didn't know humans could get high off catnip. Well, you never fucking let people marry cats before. That's why I didn't know. And love is love is love is love is love, right? Mr. Mittens and Cindy is no different than human love. In 10 years, she will be in bed with something fatter and hairier than when she first met him, right? And unlike people who are dumb and marry other people, and you have to wipe each other's ass at 80 and look at them and be like, oh, you're old and awful. Mr. Mittens dies at 10. Cindy doesn't have to deal with any of that shit. And she gets to decide when he dies. She can have 10 cat husbands in her lifetime if she wants. I didn't mean to equate being gay with bestiality. I meant, doesn't it suck when people do that? As long as we're talking about it, though, here's a fun thought. Okay. So I will tell you a story about the first date I went on after my divorce. When I say divorce, I mean separation. I mean the day that you and your partner shut the door and one of you is in the apartment and the other is on the other side looking for somewhere to live. That day that it's over is not actually divorce, but that's the day it's over, right? I went on a date 2 days after that day. And I felt judged by my married friends, but they didn't understand how horny I was. Because I don't think people understand when you get divorced, you probably haven't been having sex. It's not like, oh my God, we're fucking all the time in this thing of not liking each other. In this home we've built where we despise each other, we fuck all the time. That's not happening. But it feels weird because someone's in your bed and you should be with them, but you're not. So your body is very confused. It's not the same as single horniness. Single horniness is quaint, that you even would complain about being horny when you're single. You're like, oh, I'm kind of horny. Should I call an old friend or maybe get a pizza or just fall asleep? Divorce horniness needs to be taken care of right away because your body starts going into heat like an animal. So the minute that door shuts, you're not in control anymore and your body's just like, ah! Like my body was just like, I was just following it. It was trying to sit on fire hydrants and stuff. I was like, body, stop it. It was like, ah! Like it was just going nuts, you know? It's like if you have to get in the house really fast and you have to pee and your body thinks you're home and you're like, don't wet your pants, body. You know, it's that. So I was like, oh my God, I didn't know the horniness of a divorced person. So I went out to see a band play, which is something I never did when I was married. And I went to, talk to the drummer after. I thought he was cute. Now, I wasn't thinking about how old I was as opposed to how old he was. And that's where the story gets sad. As I was 37, he was 20. Yes, I was a cougar for one night. Don't woo. It's not good. It's not a good thing. See, I was a cougar back when Demi Moore and Ashton were still happy. And so I thought it was cool, too. Yeah, older women getting some. No. The reason she lost her mind and had to go to rehab for being 50 was because when you're dating a hot young guy, he's hot and young, and he doesn't have to work at it. So he gets to, run around throwing frisbees and whatever young people do all day. And if you're older, you have to sit at home going, don't eat anything. Like, it's a lot of pressure. And that's why they had to send Demi Moore to jail, because she lost it. But I was still buying into the myth that being a cougar was cool at this point. Now, let me tell you something. Now I don't think it's cool. There's no word for a man who's in his 40s and dates someone younger. That's just called a man, right? Sometimes silver fox. That's kind of a cool sounding thing. Cougar doesn't sound that cool. Cougar doesn't sound cool like a lion or a tiger, like rah. A cougar to me sounds like an old woman in the woods in a spotted coat. Oh, I hope someone comes by. It's sad. Don't look up to me with this story, but learn from it. So I talked to this kid. Now, I don't realize he's 20. I don't realize I'm 37. I hadn't been single since I was 27, so I'm still at that age in my mind. So he asks me out for the next night. My body's like, "What?" I'm like, come on, buddy, we can make it one more night. It's fine. So I say yes. I get home. My friend says to me, you know that guy was 20, right? I'm like, who cares? I'm a cougar. This is cool. So he texts me the next night. He's supposed to come get me. And he says, I can't come get you. My car broke down. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm such an old loser. Like, he doesn't want to hang out. He's blowing me off. I've never texted with a 20-year-old, except for my nephew. So I don't know what to say to these kids. And so I was like, well, maybe he'll like the same things my nephew does. And I'm like, do you need money for college books? Like, I don't know. He goes, no, I really still want to hang out. I really just can't drive. My car broke down. So I went to get him. Now, it turns out his car didn't really break down. His car ran out of gas because his bank account ran out of money. So no problem. I go get him. But here's the thing. My life is in transition. I'm moving things. I got furniture in the front seat. I can't move it. So I pick him up at the gas station like some bad mother who just lets her kid hang out. I saw the other mothers looking at me like, oh, you let your son just hang out at a gas station all night? I'm like, hey, he's not my son. I'm gonna fuck him, you know. So I pull up, beep, beep, hey. Get in the back seat, honey. He gets in the back seat. I'm like, ugh, I didn't bring the car seat. Can you know what? I'm gonna get a ticket. If a cop sees this, I'm gonna get... Lay down. Put a blanket over your head. If a cop pulls me over, I'm gonna get a ticket. All right. So I don't want to drive him to, a bar or something because I don't want to get arrested. So I'm like, well, he should come over to my newly single bachelorette cougar pet. And he's blown away when he sees my place. It's not even that great, but he's blown away. He's like, oh my God. He's like, why aren't there sheets there? I'm like, oh, those are called curtains. Like, yeah, he was like, I was like, futons are for guest rooms, if at all. And he's like, oh my God. Like, he didn't know anything. So I offer him some wine, and he goes, when did you get the wine? And I was like, I don't understand what that means. When did you get the wine? And I thought, maybe I am misjudging this young man, and he is a wine connoisseur, and what he is asking me is what vintage year is this wine? But he said, no, we didn't stop at 7-Eleven on the way home. I was wondering when you got this wine. And I was like, oh, sweetie. Let me explain. When you're grown up, you can just have wine waiting at the house. Sometimes you're just too old and fat to open it. You're like, forget it. But it's nice that it's there. It's like having a roommate. No, that's not a pretend guillotine. That's a wine rack. Yeah. You can have 3, 4, 5 bottles. Doesn't even mean you're rich. So now I think he liked me as kind of his teacher. He was asking me questions like, I have a Sassy magazine, if you ladies remember Sassy magazine from the 1990s. It was sort of like the Alternative Chicks 17 magazine. Now, I still have some of them from when I was a teenager, and I have this really cool coffee table that I put kind of collectible items in, and it's glass, and you can look at it. And I had my Sassy from 1992 with Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love kissing on the cover. And he goes, dude, that's so cool. Where'd you buy that? I go, buy that? I go, oh, I didn't buy that. I got that in the mail at my parents' house in 1992. And I was like, oh my God, I feel so... And he goes, what was it like when Kurt Cobain? I'm like, da. Do not remind me that I could be your mother if I had been a whore. Please stop. This is not rock and roll trivia, old lady edition. Stop. I'm not teaching you about grunge. I'm not. But see, I have guy friends who love that stuff. Guy friends, I have a guy friend who's in his 40s dating someone in her 20s. She doesn't know who the Beatles are. And she doesn't give a fuck. I don't like that. I think older men who date younger women, you're deplorable. How can you put your penis in someone who doesn't care who Jimi Hendrix is? Have some self-respect, right? Because let me explain something to you. It's a vicious cycle. If you guys keep dating 20-year-old women, then I have to date your sons. And then you look out in the world and you see a bunch of 40-year-old men with younger people, and it looks like there's just a bunch of mentally ill middle-aged people with their helpers. It doesn't look cool. It doesn't look sexy. Don't make me go through this. And I understand, I understand that age-inappropriate sex is more fun. I get it. I get it. I know when you're in your 40s and you're some guy having age-appropriate sex and age-inappropriate sex, it's sort of like two different kinds of plates, right? You're some 40-year-old guy and you've got nice china because you have your shit together. But every once in a while, you just want to eat off a paper plate in front of the TV. You're like, yeah, I can get grease on this. It doesn't complain. I can flip it around. I can throw it in the trash and someone else gets it tomorrow. I don't care. I'm an old piece of china at this point. It's effort to sleep with me. You gotta take me out, dust me off, be polite, ignore any cracks you might see, wash me off and put me back when I'm done. That's what a woman my age demands. But I think it's nice to be with people your own age, right? If he says something like, I see cellulite, I can be like, you're here in your ears, fuck you. And like, all right, let's stay together, like that's it. But now I'm a hypocrite because I did go to bed with this kid. I shouldn't say it like that. I didn't chase him down the hall. Put on your jammies. We had sex. Of course it was fun. But the next morning it got a little weird because he was very hungry. And I don't have food in my house because I travel a lot. And I forgot about when you're young and don't have any body fat that you have to eat right away. He doesn't have 40 pounds of reserve stored in certain places, So he's like, I'm hungry. And I'm like, all right. And he's like, no, I'm hungry. And I'm like, oh, you want to go to Denny's later or something? He's like, I have to eat right now. And I'm like, shit, all right. And I just started breastfeeding him. And I didn't know it wouldn't work. I wasn't lactating. I'm not his mother. He couldn't latch. It was awful. I'll never do that again. But here's what happened. I'm embarrassed to say, I got a little obsessed with him because I was excited. My body was like, yeah! It was alive again. So I started looking at Facebook. Yeah. And I saw his profile, all these women writing stuff on his wall that I don't understand what it means. Because I could be their mother too. And it's like XO, picture of a watermelon, like smiley face. I'm like, what does that mean? Because when I was his age, there was no Facebook, right? I couldn't tell if my cute boyfriend in a band was having sex with other people by just going online. I had to do some research. I had to look people in the eye and find out things. It's a totally different thing this generation. I had it different. And I'm proud of myself. When I was his age, if I thought that someone was fucking around on me, I had to get out of bed, get dressed, get drunk, go to a party, get more drunk, get in his face and in front of God and everyone go, are you fucking her? And if he wasn't, he would start fucking her because his crazy girlfriend showed up drunk to a party screaming, but I'm proud of myself and I respect myself for what I've been through. So I don't have kids, and I know you're like, I did not see that coming.